Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Dang! Yes, because what I have here is something really special for you today. It is the first fully CNC machined prototype of a commercially available version of the sliding Instant Legolas. Let me show you its features. So first a little bit of background information. This beautiful piece of engineering was made by the guys from SIL Bow in Austria, the guys that also made the pressurized air cocking system for the Excalibur called SIL Bow, but they also made the Stinger repeating crossbow pistol that we sell in our Go Gun store. When I told them that this is really something that works and it really needs to be in production, they said, well, then let's give it a try. And they only wanted to make like a first prototype, but this is so close to something that could be put into mass production that I'm totally excited to show it to you. Well, first of all, I love that they have actually simply adopted most of the things that I've developed over the course of more than 2.5 years now. Yes, it's been summer of 2017 when I first presented the Instant Legolas. Long time. And but of course they machined it in aluminum and of course fully anodized it, and they also perfected a lot of details that I put in. So first of all, what I can show you here is, as you see, it's running on bearings, and this is super amazing because this means that of course it is absolutely easy. So see, this has no more friction, and also the holder is completely universal, since, you know, there's a few common things that you will find on most compound bows. For example, there is a standardized position for the arrow rest, and sometimes they have 2 screws, but 1 screw is standardized. So this one here. But since you need more than 1 point to mount the rail system to, they actually also connect to the sighting system, which has also a defined distance between the 2 mounting screws, but the position is often a little bit different, and therefore you have totally many options how to assemble it. And there is even like a small screw in here. Let me see if you can see this. Kind of complicated with the camera. Yeah, right. You can see that you can set the distance so that you can mount the rail totally straight, no matter if you have like a PSE or whatever bow you want to connect this to. And it is even ambidextrous. This means that, very simple, you can just turn it around on a bow for lefties, and then just turn the whole thing around, and then it works for both right and left-handers. All the distances can be adjusted, so it is absolutely possible to attach this to any kind of bow that has an open riser. Of course, there are some with a closed riser, and then it would be too tight. But in any case, this is just beautiful. The draw length is also totally adjustable. This means that you can actually, just by changing this little hook here, that is also the holder, that you can, by the way, also completely remove if you don't want it, you can adjust it to any kind of draw length within boundaries, of course, that you prefer. So it's really amazing. Even the handle here can be completely turned, so this could either be like in, you know, like my latest designs, like so, or you could turn it around and then you hold it like so, and then you put a little piece onto the trigger part here, and then you use it with your thumb sideways. So it's so flexible. It's amazing, all these details that these guys put in. And also, as you see, they did put another Picatinny rail here, so this one could either be here or for lefties underneath. This is for the red dot, and here you could probably attach like a bayonet or a laser sight or whatever you want, because it's just a Picatinny rail. Also, what I love is that for reloading you can still put this on the side, but this time it's not because there's so much play in the wooden joint, but this is because it's machined that way. Here you can see that you actually have a notch where this is put into, so that you can load it. Of course, you could also use one of the speed loaders that I developed, so you could put in like 5 arrows at a time, slide them in, and you're done. Yeah, so it's amazing. The quality is great and everything is great. Now it's attached to, you know, like a cheap bow, but it's still a quality bow. I think it's made in China, so I like it a lot. And it shoots like a dream simply because this is now a machined aluminum part and not just a hand-sawed wooden part. You can also see that there is a lot of room for broadheads here. So these are of course arrows that have field tips. And of course you could use broadheads as well. Now the broadheads must be stackable. So they've been giving me this beautiful German Jäger. Don't you love that term? German Jäger tips. And as you see, those are fully stackable, so you can easily just use those for hunting. And they're razor sharp and even available in different weights. Okay, let's do a few shots. There's currently 4 arrows in the magazine. And of course you will also see that this is very silent because of the ball bearings. This is much better than my wooden construction, I have to admit it. But still I like those. Okay, see, it's very silent when drawing out. Important for hunting, I guess. It is absolutely like cheating. You can't miss with a thing like this. And of course, I love how lightweight everything is. I mean, look at that. Again, you can't dry fire the bow because of this hook here that actually catches the string when you try to cock it on an empty magazine. So, but other than that, see how easy this runs. Absolutely centered, totally straight, very smooth. What a cool piece of engineering. I also love how they sorted out the issue that you need to be able to quickly detach it for transportation and so on. Because see, there's this little thumb screw here. All you do is you remove the thumb screw. That's quickly done, like so. And then you can take out the entire part with the trigger. See, this is completely an independent piece that you can, by the way, also turn around and install it sideways. So this would be super easy to do. But now, it is absolutely easy to slide the whole thing off. Let me put this away. See? You just slide it out and then you have a separated bow piece. And I think it would even be possible to very quickly make an adapter so that you can put a common arrow rest in here and use the bow just as normal. So, super easy separation. Another super interesting feature that I wanted to show you is this, because these are of course bearings. So this means that it's absolutely important that they have the right tension. Not too much tension because that would create friction, but not too little because otherwise they wouldn't really have contact with the rails here. So this is why there is a small slot in these parts, and as you see there is a screw that would actually press them apart like so. So this means by putting this screw in exactly the right position, you can make sure that both rollers are completely touching the rail, and this really runs super smooth. Ain't that a nice feature? And there is even one more feature in this thing that I cannot show you because the people at SIL Bow want to get a patent for it. Against my advice, I have to say. Waste of money. In any case, I can't show it to you yet because they want to file the application first, but until the EVA, which starts at the 6th of March 2020, they will have it all done, and then I can show you that feature as well. And this little thing here, I still like it because it gives me this additional way to hold it so that you you don't have to hold it here anymore. The thing is that some people don't like it because first you can, I guess, squeeze your finger with it when you're not paying attention. Although most archers, let the index finger be, pointing out anyway, just so that they can feel where the tip of the arrow is. No need for this here. But you could still remove this and use the bow without, because of the let-off. It's not hard to hold in any case. And bang! A lot of people will also now ask Where is the rubber band that you know, lets you invest some power into pushing it down? I decided against that because first of all, it's one more part that can break. Second, it's not necessary on a modern compound bow. This is something that makes a lot of sense on a like an English longbow that has a lot of poundage to overcome. And therefore I will use it, I will continue to use it, but not for the compound bows. There is also the considerable danger to your eye because, as many people pointed out, the rubber band is under a lot of tension, and for the unlikely event that it breaks, it may actually hit you in the eye. And therefore you would have to wear like safety glasses and so on, which I don't like very much. So on this version I decided to not do it, also because it makes it more elegant. So how will this continue? Well, the beauty is that this is CNC, so this means there's no tooling. This can be done like immediately. So the people at Steam Bow will take like 1 or 2 more rounds of making this a little bit more sleek and more lightweight, although it's already perfectly okay. And also you have a chance to give us your input. So what do you think? What is needed for this so that it's an absolutely perfect product that you can attach to any kind of open frame bow that you have? As long as it's, I think it should be a compound. Well, not necessary. Could also work with a recurve, but compounds of course are better for that. So let us know your ideas down below. And there is one more super critical piece that is missing, and that is a name for this baby. Of course, I have called all my prototypes Instant Legolas, but I don't want to get into a copyright fight with Tolkien's heirs. Therefore I need another name. My idea is the SIL Bow, S-I-L, and I leave it to your imagination what these S-I-L characters stand for. But if you have a better idea, yes, please let us know. But of course, please, nothing that has to do with my name. So no Joerg Bow or Sprave Bow or Sprave Bow or whatever, because that actually would embarrass me. I'm just too modest of a guy to do that. So if you have other ideas for sexy names that work in most languages, let us know. And if we take your name, if you've been the first that suggested it, down in the comment pages of this video, then you will get one for free as soon as they come out of production, which probably will be May or June this year, so it is soon. Okay, what about the price? Good question. In any case, this won't be cheap because it's machined aluminum and it's precision bearings and everything, and it's made in Austria, not in China, so therefore it won't be cheap. We don't know how expensive it will be in the end. I think it won't be as expensive as one of the top performance bows. But it of course can't be sold for like $100 or $200. That's not possible. There will probably be a cheaper version of that with lots of parts made from plastic and so on later on. But you know, if you have an expensive bow and if you're into archery and if you're impatient like I am, you probably want to pay the money for this. Actually, it is also helping the Austrian guys to get their company, you know, to be very successful, because they're still very young but totally talented. So let us know your ideas about this beautiful bow and magazine setup down in the comments. And if you are the first one that points out the name that we will finally sell on, then you can win it. Isn't that great? Anyway, I hope you like this, because that's it for today. And bang, thanks, and bye. Bye. One more just for you. And very soon, on Wednesday most likely, you will see beautiful Maria shooting all these toys.